If you're out in the fields, you know that sinking feeling when you see those white or yellow streaks on your young corn plants. Yep, it's white seedling disease, and it's a huge red flag that your crop is under major stress. Today, we're going to dive into a really smart solution, a liquid fertilizer specifically designed to tackle this problem head-on and turn that weakness into strength. So, let's get into the science. All right, so first things first, your crops are fighting a battle every single day. They're up against all sorts of environmental and physiological pressures. And this isn't some minor issue. This constant stress is basically an open invitation for diseases like white seedling to come in and wreak havoc on your plant's health, their growth, and, you guessed it, your final yield.
And this is exactly what that strain looks like. I mean, just look at the plant on the right. You can see the discolored leaves, you can see where pathogens are attacking, and you see those weakened roots. These are the alarm bells, you know? They're telling you that something is seriously wrong under the surface, creating the perfect storm for disease to thrive.
So what's actually happening here? Well, this stress kicks off a whole chain reaction of failures. The plant's chlorophyll production just tanks, which cuts off its energy. The cells lose their structure and get flimsy. That's what scientists mean by low turgidity. Then root growth just grinds to a halt, so the plant is essentially starving. And the end result? Stunted growth, a plant that's way too weak to fight off disease, and a harvest that's a real disappointment.
Okay, so when you're facing problems this specific, what do? The whole game is shifting now, moving away from those generic one-size-fits-all fixes. The future's all about targeted nutrient formulas that can hit these exact symptoms and do it fast.
And here we have one of those very solutions. It's a liquid fertilizer built around this core trio of sugar alcohol, calcium, and magnesium. You should think of it less like a general meal and more like a rapid response medikit. It's made to fix the exact deficiencies that cause these diseases and give the plant an immediate boost in resilience.
So what really sets this apart? Well, it boils down to three really important things. Number one, it has zero hormones. Number two, it leaves no residue behind. And number three, it's designed to be incredibly safe and super efficient at getting those vital nutrients exactly where they need to go, right when the plant needs them the most.
Okay, so how in the world does a formula like this actually work its magic? How does it fight back against something as tough as corn white seedling disease? Well, the secret is all in its three main ingredients and the incredible way they work together. Here they are, the three stars of the show. We've got calcium, or Ca, magnesium, or Mg, and the special ingredient, complex sugar alcohol. Each one of these has a really specific, really important job to do when it comes to rescuing a stressed-out plant and making it strong again.
Let's start with calcium. Honestly, think of it as the concrete and steel for a plant's cells. It is absolutely essential for building strong, thick cell walls. If a plant doesn't have enough calcium, its whole structure starts to fall apart, making it flimsy and an easy meal for pathogens. Strong cell walls are literally the plant's armor.
Next up is magnesium. So if calcium is the structure, magnesium is the engine. It's the central atom in every single molecule of chlorophyll. It's simple, really. No magnesium means no chlorophyll, which means no photosynthesis, which means no energy. Magnesium is what directly fuels a plant's ability to grow and to defend itself.
And that brings us to the real game changer, the complex sugar alcohol. Now, this isn't a nutrient itself. A better way to think of it is as a high-speed delivery truck. It latches onto the calcium and magnesium, creating this little package that the plant can absorb and transport through its system at incredible speed. And this is where it gets really cool. The formula also has something called a high-efficiency permeabilizer. What's that? It basically just unlocks the doors to the plant's cells, making them super receptive so the nutrient package can rush right in. It's all about speed, bypassing the slow, normal way of doing things, especially when a plant is in crisis mode. So we've talked about the problem, we've talked about how the solution works, but what about the results? What's the actual payoff when you fix these specific deficiencies at top speed? This table makes it super clear. All these common and really costly problems, cracked fruit, bitter pocks on apples, navel rot on tomatoes, they're all direct symptoms of not having enough calcium. This product has a golden ratio of calcium to magnesium that's specifically engineered to fix these problems. And that same principle applies to corn. By fixing these basic weaknesses, you're giving the plant the strength it needs to fight off diseases like white seedling.
And don't think this is just for one type of crop. Yeah, we've been talking a lot about corn, but the source material is clear that this is great for a whole range of plants. We're talking grains, vegetables, fruits, beans, you name it. The basic biology and the need for these core nutrients is the same across the board.
So, when you put it all together, targeted nutrients with a super fast delivery system, what you really have is a powerful tool. It gives today's grower a serious advantage in proactively managing the health of their crops.
All right, let's just quickly recap the big points here. First, super fast absorption for when time is critical. Second, that golden ratio of nutrients to fix the exact weaknesses that let diseases in. Third, it's safe and clean. No hormones, no residue. It all just adds up to a much smarter, way more efficient method for growing strong, healthy crops.
And that really leads us to the final and most important question. With all the stress your crops are facing, it's not just about what nutrients they get anymore. It's about how fast they can get them. So, are your crops getting fortified with the right stuff at the exact moment they need it to fight back?